Hello guys, myself Pawan and you're watching Optimistic Coder, and in this video we are going to see static keyword. So in this we will be covering up three things, that is what is static block, what is a static method, and what is a static variable. So let's get into the topic. So I have created here a project named as test. We will just create a simple class here. So just right click on the source, go to new and click on class. Here I will give the class name as demo static and hit this main and click on finish. Okay, so we have our class demo static. Now I will take an example first which will not have any static keyword. We will use only non-static members, and then we will see what is the use or where we can use static keyword. So here I will be taking an example of student class, and inside the student class we will have three attributes: name, roll number, and school name. So we have three attributes here, and we will create objects for the student class. So our first object will be s1 equals new student. Our first student object is made. Now let's create the second one. So I'll just copy this thing and give our next student reference variable as s2. And next we are going to assign some values in the given variable: name, roll number, and school for both the students. So first one I will assign by s1 dot name, and in this I will assign it as Rahul. S1 dot roll number will be 12, and S1 dot school name will be, for now I'm taking it as ABC. So we have assigned values for first object. Let's do the same thing for the second object also. So its name will be Rohit and value will be 13 for roll number, and school name will be the same ABC. I want to print this content that I have stored in the object, so I will just make a method here. I will name it as public void, and its name will be show details. In this we will have a simple print statement in which name, roll number, and school name will be mentioned. Okay, so we have created a method which is going to print all the values that we have stored for both the objects. So till here everything is done, and we all know what is happening right here. So we have just created a class. Inside we have three attributes, and we have assigned those three attributes some value to the individual objects s1 and s2. Okay, so let's make a function call, that is s1 dot show details for the first object, and s2 dot show details for the second object. Let's save the program and let's run it and see what's there in the console. Click on OK, and yeah, so here we have name of the student, first student, name, roll number of the first student, and school name is ABC. Same goes with the next object s2 also. Now what's happening here is, inside the heap memory we have two objects which is having name as Rahul, roll number as 12, and school name as ABC, and another object is having name as Rohit, roll number as 13, and school as ABC. Now these both objects are there inside the heap memory, and inside the stack we have the reference variable which are storing the address of both the objects, as you can see in the diagram. Now that's the actual thing happening here. So whenever we try to access the object with the help of reference variable, it is having the address of the objects. That's why it's able to point it back. Now if you see here, there is one small issue you can find, that we are using this attribute school, or we are using the variable school in all the objects, but we are able to see that the school name is common for all these students. So consider that we don't have only two objects, we have 50 objects or we have 1000 objects. So using this attribute again and again with the same value will be inefficient, and it's not a good practice. So this is not a good utilization of memory. So instead of that, what we can do here, what we can do is we can use static in place of giving individual objects the attribute. What does that mean? Now for example, if I make this attribute static, this will not be given as an individual attribute to all the objects, but instead it will be a common attribute for all the objects. And if any objects make any kind of changes to this particular attribute school, that will be reflected in all the student object. Now let's consider one more example. Now if I don't give this particular attribute as static, and I am making some change with the help of the second student object in the school name, and the school name has changed from ABC to XYZ. If this is the case, and if I run the program again, you can see, as we have not made the school variable as static, the school name for the second object is changed, but the first object remains the same because both the objects have their own attribute as a school. But as I put here a static keyword, you can see now if I run the program, both the student objects are getting affected even if any one of the student is changing or updating the value of the school. Now what's happening, let's see internally what's happening. So before the object is created, there is something called as class loader, which is going to load all the static member inside static members like static variables, static block, and static methods inside the memory. So who does that? That is class loader, and the class is loaded first so that the objects can be created. When class is loaded, class loader is going to load all the static members and also execute the static block first. So in that case, there is memory in which we already have a school attribute placed in it, and then the objects are created with only two attributes in them, that is name and roll number. Now both the objects are actually sharing this attribute school that is present in the static block, that is present as static. So now that's the reason if any one of the objects makes any kind of updation or any changes in the school attribute, it reflects in all the objects. One more thing, as we have understood that objects are created afterwards, and at the time of loading a class loader is loading all the static methods, members, and static block inside the memory. So we don't need the objects to initialize or to use that particular attribute. Let's see. So if I move this school, and I can use here the student class, that is that we have here student class. So we need not to mention the object. We can use the student class name to assign the value. Okay, so if I give here student, that is valid, and I can here give it as student and student. Yes, if I save and run the program again, you can see there is no change in the output, and the output is showing as exactly as we were using the object. So when you are giving any attribute as a static, then objects is not necessary to be created. With the help of class name, you can access those attributes and even the methods also. Next, so that's the whole explanation for a static variable. If a variable is declared as a static, what happens internally and what's happening. Now let's move on to the static method. Now the best and simple example could be, you can see the main method. We have seen it from the first class that this is given as static. Okay, which means that, as I explained now, we need not require any kind of object to access the static methods. That's the reason why main method is declared with a static keyword. And if a static keyword is mentioned in the main method, that's the reason if you run the program, it runs perfectly fine even if you don't create an object and call this main method. The main method, even if you don't create the object, it runs automatically. So without need of any object, you can use the static keyword. So that's the static method that you can see here. That's all about the static method, and the internal working is also exactly same. At the time of class loader, it is going to load all the static methods. That's the point. Next, we will see about static blocks, which is a bit confusing, and most of the people get confused in the sequence also. So I will just mention here a static block. So this is the syntax of a static block, in which you will have the static name as a keyword, and then you will have the curly braces. Inside whatever you write, it will be executed first before the object is created. So if I say before the object is created, it means before even the constructor can be executed. For example, constructor is executed at the time of object is created. So static blocks are going to execute even before that. So let's print here a statement that I am static. Okay, so that's the class, that is the statement that I have written inside the static block. Now to prove the point that it is executed earlier than an object is created, before the object is created, so for that I will just write here a constructor named as student, public student, and I will just print here object created. So I have written object created, and so that the flow of the program should come first into the static block, and it should execute the static block, and then when the objects are created, then this statement will be executed. So let's see the output. So we can see the output is I am static is printed first, and then we have the object created, means the constructor is executing, and then we can see the method call that we have made. Let's do one more thing, that is, most of the people get way confused if there is a sequence. For example, there is a concept of sequence also in static blocks. So if you have multiple static blocks, then which static block is going to execute? So in that case, the static block which is there at the beginning will execute first. Now for example, I cut this static block and paste it inside here. Then you could see that if I run the program, you could see the static block which is coming in the sequence, which is first in the sequence, will execute first, and then the second one, and then the objects are created, and rest all the things you know. So that's the whole point of static blocks, static method and static variable, how it works, how internally implementation happens, and all about it. So I hope the explanation was easy and simple. So that's all in this video, guys. I hope you liked the video. If you liked it, please hit like and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to leave a comment below. I will see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.